This is the Ms.FitVegan podcast, episode 495. Today we're talking about the raw vegan excuses that you guys send me. So this is raw vegan excuse number 6, I believe. If you'd like to see the first 5, then check that out on YouTube, Ms.FitVegan on YouTube. The next excuse is very, very popular, and it is cooked food. Okay, so a lot of you guys tell me that, you feel cold and you have the desire to eat warm food. Warm food is very satisfying, and it feels more filling and hearty. And that just the desire to eat warm or cooked food is what is standing in your way from going raw. And to that, I would tell you, well, there's 2 steps here. 1, I would give up the desire to be 100% raw. If you're really struggling and you want to eat cooked food, then I would recommend you do that. You eat fruit and vegetables that you can cook. Okay? So baked zucchini and squash and potatoes and sweet potatoes and broccoli and cauliflower and all these things. Cook them and eat them. But what I don't want you to do is motherfucking play yourself. You understand me? Because all y'all out there, y'all fake. Okay? You fake. Because I promise you right now, the people that say they can't go raw because they can't stay away from cooked foods, it's not the fruit and vegetables that they're cooking. Okay? They're eating pasta. They're eating rice. They're eating meat and dairy. They're eating processed foods. They're baking fucking cakes and cookies and this and that. So really, you have an addiction, and that's raw vegan excuse number, I think number 4 or something. You have cravings because you have an addiction. So you need to watch that episode on YouTube. Deal with that, okay? Get it out of your house, set yourself up for success, eat enough fruit, find healthy alternatives to the things you love. And then you can absolutely eat cooked food and be super healthy and lose weight and heal from lots and lots of health issues. I don't think there's any health issue out there that cannot be healed with a raw or high raw vegan plant exclusive diet. I truly believe that. I have seen people heal. They didn't have to be 100% raw. Yeah, sure. If you want to have the most energy and the fastest healing possible, I would recommend raw. I've been doing it for a while now. It's definitely working for me. But if that's something you feel you cannot do right now, then give yourself a break and make yourself a spaghetti squash. Okay? And it's going to be so good. And you're going to be super healthy and you're going to feel great. That's step 1. Make sure you're allowing yourself to eat any fruit and vegetables cooked. Okay, if you feel like you can't be raw. And by the way, baked apples, baked bananas, baked, I don't know what other fruit and vegetables people bake. Do people bake pears? I don't know, but baked bananas and apples are amazing. Long time ago for my mom, I used to cut up bananas and apples, put them on the stovetop with some water, some cinnamon, some raisins, and maybe some dates in there. And then just just saute it for a little bit. So good. And I used to put it on top of ice cream. All right. And I used to have that too sometimes myself. And it was really, really good. So, that's step 1. And now step number 2, when it comes to, I have to eat cooked food because I'm very cold. All right. Well, there's something, I don't know if you've ever heard of this. Okay. It's called tea. And it's this thing that you can make when you're very, very cold, and it's very warming, and it fills you up and it makes you feel very warm. And perhaps you have heard of this. I don't know, but it's an old recipe, and basically you're going to boil water and you're going to pour it into a cup. And you can get loose leaf tea if you're fucking a billionaire, or tea bags. Okay, no pun, that's what she said, no pun, or whatever. I don't even know what teabagging means. Wait, I think I do. I've never done it, but okay, I do know what it means. Don't look it up. That is not the point of this podcast. I lost my train of thought now. Oh yeah, tea. Boo, make tea. You know what else you can do? You can make soup. You can make raw vegan soup. I've been doing it a lot. So you put all the shit in the blender and you blend it for like fucking 4 minutes. And guess what? The soup gets hot. It's not boiling hot, but it gets warm. All right, listen, you find a fucking way. You find a fucking way because you just want to be warm, then raise the heat. Then put on some layers. Then get one of those heating pads or a portable fireplace. Or what did I have in New York? Yeah, it was like a heater. Yeah, a portable heater. They're not that expensive. Go to Amazon. Like, what kind of excuses? You can't go raw because of the cold Canadian winters? If I gave you $1 billion and I said, I am going to let you keep this if you can be raw for 1 year, could you do it? You see, life is a head game you're playing with yourself. It's perspective. You motherfucking could be raw for a year if I gave you $1 billion. Now, my question to you is, how much is your dreams worth? How much is your health worth to you? How much is it worth for you to get that body of your dreams? How much is it worth to you to heal from that health issue? Because you tell me that you really, 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 really hate the life you have right now, the body you have, the energy, the health issue. You hate taking this medication, and you hate feeling like shit, and you hate not having energy. But what if I told you that I'll give you $1 billion to go raw for 1 year? Would you do it? Okay, take away the $1 billion. Would you do it to heal? Or is money worth more than your happiness, your health, your body? You tell me. You tell me. You know, all the time when I'm doing a plank during the workouts, I say to myself, and I say out loud to all my misfits, I say, if I gave you $1 billion right now, could you hold this plank? And the fucking truth is, yeah, you could. And the people that give up, their bodies don't need to give up. Their bodies aren't giving up. Their minds are giving up. Their minds are giving up. And I see this all the time with my friends and my clients. You're giving up too soon. You're giving up too easily. And you've been doing it for years and years and years, so now you're good at it. Whatever you practice, you get good at. You see, you've been talking very nasty to yourself for years. You've been mean to yourself. You've been telling yourself, I can't do this. I can't do this. So you've gotten really good at saying that and believing it. And I don't care how much action you put, you can't outwork a belief. Yeah, action is important and it's the key. But you can never outwork a belief. So change that fucking belief. And the only way to change a belief, it's very simple. You just change the thought, because all thoughts are where our beliefs come from. It's just a thought we've had over and over and over. So now you write down a new thought. I am so happy and grateful now that it's easy for me to be healthy and feel good. And there's your new affirmation. It's so easy for me to be raw. I love being raw. I love exercising. And you say these over and over and over. And that forms a new belief. And that's what I had to do. That's what I had to do. And now that I have been doing it for 13 years, I have a strong belief system. I have a strong root system that you are forming now every time you say, it's so easy to be raw. I can do this. It's so easy to find 30 minutes to exercise a day. It's so easy. I love eating fruit and vegetables, nuts and seeds. There's nothing I'm craving. There's nothing I'm missing. It feels really good and it feels so easy and I feel so blessed. And these are affirmations that I had to say thousands and thousands of times until they became beliefs. And now it's easier to be raw than it is to not. I don't know what it's like to not be raw anymore because it's gotten so easy because I've changed my actions, my thoughts, my words, and my beliefs. And if you have a goal of being raw, then you need to change the beliefs you have, because you write into me saying that you can't go raw because of the cold Canadian winters. But I know the truth. And the truth is you can't go raw because you refuse to change your belief. I know many, many raw vegan Canadians. A lot of them have moved, to be honest. But I know a lot of raw vegan Canadians that are still there. What's this fucking guy's name? Free Melon Society, Eli Martyr. I think he's like 8 years raw. Jillian Berry. I think she's like 6 years raw. Many Canadians, guys. What was his name? Oh, the Ted Carr was raw in Canada for years. I think he went to Thailand or whatever and then came back to Canada. Cuba, my friend Cuba. A lot of raw vegans from Canada that I know. So I don't want to hear it. That's it. That's the podcast. That's the raw vegan excuse episode about needing to eat cooked food. No, you don't need to eat cooked food. You are addicted to cooked food. And if you want to continue being addicted, then continue eating it and continue believing that you need to eat it. But just like a cigarette and just like alcohol, you don't need to do things that hurt you. Your mind is very powerful and you are feeding it with your beliefs. So be careful today as you go throughout your day. What are you believing? What are you thinking? And every time you get a negative thought, an unhelpful thought, a thought that is leading you to choices that don't heal you and help you, I want you to replace it with a thought that says, I can do this. I love being healthy. I love taking care of myself. I love putting myself first and prioritizing my needs. Because that's the only way that it's going to happen. Nobody on this earth is going to be able to care more and do more for you than you can do for yourself. People can help you, but nobody is supposed to care more about your goals than you. Not your trainer, not your coach, not your best friend, not your parents, not your spouse. They can't do it for you, and they definitely won't be able to care more than you care. So, stop making excuses, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye, boo. Oh, I'm not done. I came back here because there's 2 more things I wanted to say. Number 1, y'all are motherfucking liars, because you know for a motherfucking fact that in the winter, you still eat ice cream. So if you're so goddamn concerned with being warm in the winter, why the fuck you eating ice cream then, hoe? Sorry, I don't mean you're a hoe, but I just don't know everybody's name here. Don't fucking lie to me, okay? Because I see right through your bullshit. All right, that's an addict talking. And the second thing is, people say, I have to eat cooked food because I can't be satisfied eating raw. It's not satisfying. No, you just don't know what you're doing yet. You don't know that you need to make that salad 8 times bigger. And you need to add in an avocado and make a fucking amazing dressing. You need to fill up on fruit throughout the day and then have a big salad at night, a very filling salad with lots of greens and cucumbers and lots of tomatoes and lots of sprouts and microgreens and all types of things, radishes or carrots or celery, herbs in there, and an amazing dressing. Maybe you need to make something once or twice a week in the dehydrator so you have something that you can put in the salad that's even more filling, like some taco meat or some burgers, or you can make wraps in the dehydrator. Or if you're not feeling satisfied, then you're not eating enough and you're not making healthy alternatives to the foods that you say you cannot stop eating. I don't want you to be suffering in this lifetime. You weren't born for that. So if you're eating things you really don't want to eat, then fucking do something about it. You tell me you don't want to eat these things, but you're still eating them? Why? You're working at this job you say you don't want to work at. Why? Do you know how many jobs there are out there? Do you know that you can use your gifts and talents and abilities to be fucking rich? You don't know it yet. Just like you don't know yet that you can be very, very satisfied on a raw vegan diet. Listen, take what I said and run with it. Your beliefs, boo, your beliefs. And anything you want, anything, you can just Google, okay? The other day, one of my clients, she was like, well, I really, really love and crave popcorn. I was like, okay, no problem. We went to Google. I typed in raw vegan popcorn and we got a motherfucking raw vegan popcorn recipe. That's right. It's with cauliflower, fucking nutritional yeast, a little Himalayan pink salt, put some tahini on there, mix it up, put it in the dehydrator. I think there was one other ingredients. Look it up, raw vegan popcorn, okay? Put that shit in the dehydrator, dehydrate it for goddamn 20 years, take it out, bam, your whole house smells like popcorn. And you know what? I'm actually going to make it. I'm going to make this shit for my roommate when she comes home because she is a real foodie. Me, it turns out I'm not a foodie anymore because I like very simple. I don't need all these things anymore. You know, the Snickers and the popcorn but my roommate, she's a foodie because, she is addicted to all this food. And I hope she doesn't listen to this, but it's true. And so if she walks in the house and it smells like popcorn, she's going to get excited. Here we go. 4 cups of cauliflower florets, 2 tablespoons nutritional yeast, 2 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt, and it says 1 tablespoon of olive oil, but I'm going to use tahini because you need some type of fat for the spices to stick onto the cauliflower, and I don't eat oil because I don't eat processed foods, but I will eat tahini. So you're going to break up the cauliflower, you're going to put it in a bowl, you're going to place all the ingredients in the bowl, you're going to mix it together, okay? Line your dehydrator tray with parchment paper, dehydrate for an hour, then lower oh my God, this is hilarious. Dehydrate for an hour at 140 degrees, then lower the temperature to 110 degrees for another 10 hours. 10 hours. The fuck? Anyway, sorry. I can't. But it's going to smell so good. And it looks just like cauliflower. They're trying to make it look like popcorn. Oh, it's so funny. But guess what, guys? It probably smells amazing and it probably tastes amazing. And it's crunchy and it's just like popcorn. And they have a cheesy one too. Like somebody else has another recipe. I just know you're making an excuse. And you will never, ever find a result if you're looking for an excuse. Okay? You're going to have one or the other. I love you so much. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye, boo.